saying like not like a 8th grade
Boy
algebra.
Scout.
We're not saying like 8th grade algebra hard. We're saying
maybe
some
a
whiskey
nip,
sours at
a nip
family
slip
cookout.
an accidental nip slip.
more along the lines of 10th grade history.
I can't remember why, but I was crying, and I went up to Miss
BJ.
Trincall.
Oh.
We'll call her Miss Slinshaw.
Oh, the mother of the dude that is
Slackjaw.
a painter now.
Slackjaw. That's what it should be. Right?
Slackjaw.
Well, yeah, he might even listen, so let's not go too deep down the rabbit hole.
Her
with
son's a
the
painter.
son.
He's an artist. He's a
Miss
famous artist of
He
Salisbury.
is. He is. So
He had
I
his stuff at the
accidentally
Waterworks
saw
Museum.
her boobs.
What?
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, I was crying, and I was crying, and I went to her, and I put the top of my head against her chest, and I was able to see down her shirt.
Nice.
All right, cool.
Well, that was unintentional, though.
That's what I'm saying. Accidental things.
Did you hold that over him there in high school?
No, but I do remember when he cut his hand on the Beanie Weenie can.
Yes.
He
I was there
had
for that.
epilepsy,
He passed out
That
and fell
sucked,
out on the
man.
floor.
I remember feeling bad. Like,
shaking violently.
He was like, "There's blood," and he like died for 2 seconds.
yeah, I remember thinking,
Yeah.
But the food
Wow.
tastes the same with the blood or without it, I
like
think.
humans are fragile,
Yeah.
man. Dang.
Did you guys ever have an
But
instance
him-
like I had an instance though?
No,
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right, moving on.
Fantastic.
Alex, let's get back into
10th grade
the-
history was kind of like that, but not.
Oh wait, what about 8th grade math?
We were not going to go there.
8th grade math was, or 8th grade algebra was a fun time, and that I played Doom on Game Boy half the time.
Yes. Made
Look,
chainsaw noises.
Fuck that guy. We can say his name. He's a registered sex offender, possibly still in jail.
Dude, let's just say that when I got into high school, I was 100% behind on algebra.
He was 100% behind you.
It was enough that the teacher told me I was behind.
Mr. B. Herringer.
Hardbringer.
Hardbringer.
Heartbreaker.
Mr. B.
Yeah. Heartbreaker.
Hey, it was just,
Mr. Heartbreaker.
Say what it is. He's Mr. B.
Mr.
Mr.
About
B
the
likes
same.
to
Mr. B wants to see that D.
Look.
Apparently he got it.
A couple
Okay,
times.
so we came today to talk about the Mandela Effect.
Yep.
I cut everybody off just so I could jump in here. Let's get back
Way to
into
do.
Alex's talking points.
Okay.
Go.
So the other explanation is, and we briefly touched on it throughout this episode, false memories. So an example of this is you could say, who is Alexander Hamilton? You learned in the schools, in America at least, that he is a founding father of the United States of America, but that he's not a president. But for some reason, when you ask about presidents of the United States, people for some reason think Hamilton was a president.
That's because they're just retards. Have you ever seen the Jimmy Kimmel show where he just goes out in public and asks them stupid questions?
I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I don't support a man who dressed in blackface.
Well, that's good. Well, they also did that study where they
Fantastic.
went around the city of New York and they asked random people when was 9/11, and people got it wrong, and there were people that lived
Yeah.
in New York.
Well, that's people. Some
Yeah.
people are stupid. Like, it's legal to bang somebody who wasn't alive during 9/11. So that's where we're
Yeah.
at.
It's
But
easy to say that this guy, you say, was he the president or was he not? It's either a 50-50, yes or no, right?
Yeah,
Well,
but he wasn't though.
He was never a president. You never learned that
I
in
wouldn't
school.
even know that. I'd say yeah.
There was a time
I'd
where
say
I would
fuck
have
yeah, he
remembered
was
that.
president.
Like, I can't name off all the presidents now. It's just how it is. But there was a time when I could.
Well, you can't name all the presidents.
Nope, I'm retarded.
So when memories are recalled, rather than remembering perfectly, they were influenced to the point that they can eventually become incorrect. In this way, memory is unreliable and not infallible. So you're meshing your two trains of thought together
Right,
to come to the conclusion that he was president.
right. But that's why the phrase came up. If there's not a video, it never happened, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, I got a memory from middle school of a guy jumping on a ball, and it just goes terribly for him, and he just falls. And I can think about that, and I always laugh.
But did it happen?
It did happen.
Pick or it didn't happen.
So
I
I
don't
think
have-
that the whole thing is that, like, I think money plays a part in this, because all the stuff on the dollar bills are mostly presidents outside of Hamilton and Franklin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benjamin Franklin.
That would make sense.
So I
Are
guarantee
all the people on a coin a president?
Was Sacagawea a president?
That's not a real coin.
that's a SJW coin that came out 10 years ago.
Have we ever had a Native American president on this Indian penny I got? Or nickel, whatever?
Never going to have it. Sorry, you can't have both. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Look,
You
we
can't have
almost had a Native American president this year, Elizabeth Warren.
Obama was an Indian.
You have to
Obama
be
was
Native
not an
Amer-
Indian.
You have
No.
to be Native American.
Doesn't Muslim
to be
count?
Native American.
He's not Muslim.
He wasn't Muslim
He's
either.
just a black guy.
He's black.
That's not what my dad says. My dad says,
Well-
fuck Obama, he's a goddamn Muslim.
No,
was
Obama
born in
was half
Hawaii.
black, half white. That's what it was.
Show me his birth certificate right now, Chris.
I think
Alright,
your
let's-
father was he was primed for that thought, and he's
Yes.
mixing it with confabulation. He
Is
just
that the
sees-
Nelson Mandela effect going on with that whole
remembers-
Obama thing?
He remembers Saddam Hussein and what's that asshole that crashed Osama bin Laden. And he hears Barack, and it's just like Barack, Obama,
Yeah.
Osama.
Are we saying he has a scary name?
Bin Lama.
I like llamas. That's what it comes to. Llamas are
You're
not,
right.
Are llamas better
There's-
than alpacas?
There's way too many bad names all attributed. Obama was fucked from the start.
Yeah, he has a terrible name.
Oh, yeah, because his middle name's Hussein.
Exactly.
And he,
So
didn't
instead
they
of
actually,
Obama Hussein bin
So
Laden.
instead
didn't
of
they
actually researching,
used to
him,
call him Barry?
I think so. That's too white, though.
Let me finish.
Look, I sent you his birth certificate. If
There
you
you
go down, you'll see Kenyon freak out a little bit, but it's fine.
Obama was the equivalent of a glass of chocolate milk with not enough chocolate in it.
So he was born in East Africa?
No!
No.
Oh, wait.
He's an American citizen.
It says birthplace, Kenya. Oh, his father. You know what? This is how it starts. This is how the Mandela
Somebody
effect
just
starts.
looks at this and sees Kenyon, and they're like, I know Obama's African.
I knew he's a goddamn Muslim. Look out here. He's not my president.
You know who somebody... the person that said he was not his president the most was that guy wearing the Klan's mask into the grocery store.
Probably.
There was a lot of people that said that he wasn't their president. But you know what? He was.
He was.
He fucking was.
Just like Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Trump's your president too. He's mine. Obama was my president. And before that, goddamn Bush was my president.
Bill Clinton was my president.
George
Ford
Bush.
was my president.
Ronald Reagan's the best president of all time.
You shut your
Sure,
mouth. He-
go down economics.
That
is the best.
racist piece of trash. That racist, sexist Reagan.
Are we talking?
Reagan
Just
was
put
an
another-
actor.
Put another cigarette in his mouth and have him sell some ads. That's
he's
all
a-
he did for
he's
this
a
fucking
corporate
country.
cuck. That's what he was.
Dude, that's like.
Yes.
You guys remember Jesse Helms?
Yes.
Dude, I didn't know he was so racist till I saw the Jordan documentary.
Yeah.
Dude, he
I
won,
don't-
and
I
he's
don't
like, "There ain't going to be a celebration in Mudtown tonight." I was like, "Dude, this dude
hey,
was just
yes.
straight up racist."
Everybody wears
You ever
shoes.
seen a Tiger King?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
That's like Obama with Obama Hussein. Like that's like a hodgepodge of different cultures all wrapped up into one man. I'm talking about the Tiger King. He's gay,
Joe?
but he's also a redneck and a racist.
I think he's just on drugs.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a hodgepodge of danger.
I think it's the drugs. Anyways.
I think it's
Anyways.
the 19-year-old boys that he likes to touch.
Yeah.
He just like those young dicks.
The greatest thing to come out of that documentary was the phrase, "Are you gonna?" Oh, what was it?
I'll never
When you
financially recover from this.
That
Get your arm
and the when you watch it, do you watch the guys with the little dicks or the big dicks?
Hey, he stole that from Ron White.
Did he?
He did.
Yes.
He did. Yeah.
Aw. Well,
But he's got it. But
I asked
that's
someone
always
the
a
other
true
day-
statement.
Yeah.
The other day, I was like, "You're gay," and they're like, "No, I'm not." I'm like, "Well, when you eat a hot dog, do you want a big hot dog or a little hot dog?"
I want a goddamn big hot dog. God damn it, I'm gay.
Well, a big hot dog's not a big hot dog's not a hot dog.
I
it
guess I
can
want
be.
a big dick in my
It's not called a
mouth.
hot
Then if
dog,
I want
though.
a big hot dog,
It changes classification.
Or Alex, do you want to kill Boss or do you want a sausage?
Yes. They're completely different.
you
tube
want a
meats.
big dick or do you want a fucking
Hey.
Oscar
I
Mayer?
know my tube meats, and they're completely different.
You want a horse cock or do you want an Oscar Mayer? What do
Okay.
you want?
Mayer.
Do you
can eat more
do you
of
want
them.
bun size or do you want Angus beef?
I want hoagie size on the top.
I want
on the-
Cardi B size
I want
buns,
I want
baby.
a hoagie size on the top slit. That's what I want. The down, put it in the top. That's nice.
It'd be pretty good. With
I want a
just
bun
few onions
cut-
and some mustard.
I want a hot dog cut 4 different ways, like 4 quadrants, like you're peeling back a banana peel.
Yes.
But then you turn that wiener into a vagina,
And you put
It's like-
because that's how they do the sex changes.
okay.
Like we talked about in a previous episode, you can go up to Gary's and get a cut up wiener.
Yes. That's
All right,
blasphemy.
anyways.
Little does Gary know, he's attributing to
COVID-19.
a sex change.
Oh.
Oh, it's the same thing.
Chopping up wieners.
Anyways,
Chopping up
continue.
wieners.
Continue.
It's true, though. It's like the ball sack just bust open on women.
Well, women have a wiener. It's called the clit.
Yeah.
It just doesn't
They have
it doesn't develop like a
They
penis.
have a ball sack, too. That's what makes the lips.
Boys, let me ask you something. How do you feel about putting a teeny tiny little dick in your mouth?
Nope.
I mean,
You've never done it?
I've never put a little dick in my mouth.
I have all
Don't
of my
think
ribs.
Any of us here have.
You've never had the clit in your mouth?
That
No,
yes.
You said a dick.
That is a little dick.
Look. Let me pull some scientific method up on this son bitch.
Go now, Alex. How do you feel about the little clit dick?
I mean, depends. It has to be in the ebb and flow of the moment.
Okay, so if I came in the room while you were having sex with Taylor and I whipped my
I would
dick
be
out,
like, how the fuck did you get in my house? That's what I'm first of all going to do. And I will hear you come
and
up
I'm just
steps.
like, just go with it.
So
Just
by
go
the
with
time
it.
you open that door, I'm standing there fucking bare chested, just
Yeah, you would look fucking crazy naked with a raging boner chasing me out of your house. I would be scared for my fucking
They
life.
just pick up a 50-pound plate and start like throwing them at you.
after I would probably fall down the steps and go head first into the wall.
He'd be so mad he'd be so mad he'd tear tufts of his fucking beard out and chase me with hair in his fists.
Oh man.
It's like how he becomes enraged, even though he's like, why are you in my house?
That's my whole moment.
Just be like, why are you?
Vigorously beat off, just running.
No, just be like, why are you in my house?
And I'm naked with a boner. Alex is naked with the boner,
That's
but
even
he's
worse.
mad.
He's just like, why are you in my house times 2?
Don't let me get to your back.
It's like-
Don't let me get to your back, Alex.
What are you doing?
What are we
I'm gonna-
doing?
I don't know what's going on.
Come on, hang on. This is going to be a wild ride, boys. Woo!
Fucking lights are flickering.
Why? Is it poltergeist in your house?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Steven Spielberg comes out of a
'Cause
closet.
then you feel
It's just-
something come up your end, and then it's like, well, what's going on?
Yeah, that's Steven Spielberg, and then I get a fucking infection and I die of dysentery and
Yeah.
I got a lot of land I can bury you in the woods somewhere.
I thought it was
got
Alex.
a perforated
I
bowel.
just thought it was Alex's dog coming in behind you.
Once they-
Oh, that's a female dog,
Yeah.
though. So
Uh,
That doesn't
Still.
matter in this situation.
This is 2020 America. They can do whatever they want.
Don't classify
this is
your
how
dog.
this is how the Mandela Effect starts. I've made it into Alex's house, and it could technically become a real thing if you had enough of a following.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
You
in
could
a,
make people. This is how Alex Jones does business.
in an alternate reality, you are Alex, but you're not
Don't
married.
go there.
You're not. You have a big beard.
So I did get mad one time at the Would You Rather game, and this guy said,